Young Thug recently dropped his album Punk, which he had been promoting for a month or so. It has some of the biggest names in the rap game, like Travis Scott and Drake on his track Bubbly. Punk also has features from Post Malone, A$AP Rocky, Gunna, J. Cole, Future, Doja Cat, Juice WRLD, and Mac Miller. The amount of big features on this album gives Donda a run for its money. To say it had a lot of industry support would be an understatement. And even with all the big names on his album, Young Thug's Punk is projected to sell 85,000 to 95,000 in the first week, with only 5,000 of them being pure sale. Now this is a pretty big drop off from his previous first week sales with his album So Much Fun, which did 131,000 in its first week. Compare that to NBA YoungBoy's first week album sales of 137,000, and YoungBoy had no features on his album, is currently locked up in prison, and has no industry support. So if you're Young Thug, there should be no way that an imprisoned rapper with no industry help manages to massively outsell you in first week sales. A reason for a drop off in sales could be the fact that Young Thug didn't have any major lead single off the album to create some hype around it. This is somewhat of a trend for some reason, since both Drake and Kanye also didn't drop any singles off their highly anticipated albums. 85,000 to 95,000 in the first week isn't necessarily bad for most rappers, depending on how popular they are, but for Young Thug standards, it's kind of a flop. The least that Young Thug should be doing is around 100,000 the first week, especially when he has Drake and Travis Scott feature, which is a guaranteed hit. Young Thug hasn't had the best track record with album sales. Most of his projects before So Much Fun only sold around 30,000. Young Thug's Punk album was actually pretty good quality-wise and didn't have many misses, but the style was different from the usual music that he puts out. Most of the songs on this project had a melodic and slow vibe to them rather than Young Thug trying to make a bunch of bangers. Putting everything else aside, he usually has the flakiest fans when it comes to getting them to actually listen to his new albums. Similar to Chief Keef, Young Thug has had a lot of internet fans who praise him and the influence he has had on the current state of rap, but as soon as he drops music, all of these fans seem to disappear or not actually support the new stuff that he puts out. Although it's not as much of an issue now, it still plays into his album sales to this day. Overall, most Young Thug albums should debut #1 on the charts, let alone be projected to land at 3rd, especially when the album has major mainstream artists. If anything, Young Thug is probably wishing that he didn't smash his Rolls-Royce Wraith in celebration of his Punk release, as the car cost $300,000, which is over a fourth of the revenue that he'll probably make off the album in the first week. So let us know in the comments if you think Young Thug's album sales flopped or not, and don't forget to subscribe to see more rap-related content, and we hope to see you back soon.